Good evening, everyone. In response to this week's discussion about peer assessment, I went searching around online and I found this website from Cornell University regarding what peer assessment is. It's a general overview. I really liked that because sometimes we're not really sure as educators what students should be assessing. And so this kind of went into the what, why, how, and then what to consider. And I really liked that the why of what they said here from Cornell was to empower students to take responsibility, enable students to learn to assess, enhance their learning through knowledge exchange of ideas, and then motivate them to engage with the course material more deeply. I thought those were some pretty powerful things that peer assessment can do for our students. The thing that I like the most about this website, however, was that it was saying what to consider and how you can incorporate it. And what I really liked about this is that it says to design your rubrics or guidelines with very clearly defined tasks for the reviewer. I think that's really important for our students. They need to know exactly what they're looking for on a rubric. And then the other thing that it talked about was actually teaching them how to assess. How do we give constructive criticism? How do we define what each category is and what the different levels are? And that leads to one of the drawbacks of peer assessment is that we have to take the time to actually teach students that. We as teachers know how to assess, but we're going to have to teach them what to look for. And I think that's really important because as they go on later in life and with project-based learning becoming such a big thing with education, they're going to have to learn how to work in groups. They're going to have to learn how to work together and how to assess each other. How do we work together and what kind of things are we looking for in that group setting as we go on later in our education. And then so as I was looking, I actually found a rubric. And what I liked about this rubric is that it was not assessing any kind of academics. It was just about the collaboration part of the assignment. And so with that, it was participation, leadership, listening, feedback, cooperation, and time management. And I really liked those categories because it's actually how did your peers participate within the group setting within the task that they were given. And it's not assessing any kind of academic learning because that's teachers, that's our job to assess their growth and their performance. But as a group member, how did they feel with the other group members? And so that's what I really liked about this particular rubric. Now, again, going back to the drawbacks of peer assessment, what we're going to have to do is take the time to actually teach them how to be a good group member, how to participate, how to engage in academic conversations, and how to have discussions and not arguments about something, and how to find solutions to problems that may arise. So that's one of the drawbacks of peer assessment. And as an administrator, I would definitely encourage my staff members to use peer assessment with those project-based learning assignments and take it in baby steps, as maybe starting in kindergarten, just like a thumbs up or thumbs down, something like that where it's just constructive and they're learning how to take that criticism and better themselves. And then as they go on through the grade levels, then they can get more direct feedback from their peers. So I would definitely encourage teachers to use peer assessment within their classroom.